30 milliliters of oil and water was measured into 2 separate beakers.
We placed the separating funnel into the clamp connected to the retort stand with the stopcock closed.
The oil and distilled water were added to one beaker, forming a heterogeneous mixture, as they are immiscible. This was then poured into the separating funnel and left to settle.
Water has a greater density because its molecules are closer together and have stronger intermolecular forces than oil, and therefore forms a layer at the bottom and the oil floats on top of it.
The reason why oil and water are immiscible is because oil is a non-polar molecule, therefore it does not dissolve in water.
The stopcock was opened, allowing the denser water to pass through, and was then closed.
The water was poured into a measuring cylinder to accurately check the quantity of water collected.
30 milliliters of water was not collected, therefore the separating funnel is not an effective method of separation.
The problem with this method? A thin layer of emulsion formed between the oil and the water, and human error can also be present. A spoonful of solid pink cobalt chloride, which is a pure substance with the symbol CoCl2, was added to 20 milliliters of distilled water and stirred until fully dissolved.
A homogeneous mixture is formed as the composition is constant. To get an anhydrous salt from the solution, we need to use evaporation by heating the substance.
Pour the solution into a funnel lined with filter paper into a porcelain dish to remove any impurities.
This was placed on a tripod stand over a lit Bunsen burner. When using the Bunsen burner, don't touch or get too close to the flame and turn it off when not using it.
Heating pink cobalt chloride crystals will dehydrate them. They become anhydrous and turns them violet, then blue.
As the presence of water increases, cobalt-2 chloride changes from blue to pink. Using this physical property, cobalt-2 chloride paper was produced and used to test for the presence of water leaking through tiny cracks in pipes or porcelain.
Copper metal pieces, zinc metal pieces. A literal bowl of copper metal pieces and zinc metal pieces. Both of them are solids, therefore they do not mix, thus forming a heterogeneous mixture. Cue the separation.
An 80 milliliter beaker was filled with 60 milliliters of white sugar. epic sugar filling montage.
"20 milliliters of concentrated sulfuric acid, which is a dehydrating agent, was poured over 60 milliliters of sugar in a beaker in an outdoor environment."
Sugar is a carbohydrate, so when you remove the water from the molecule, you're basically left with elemental carbon. The gases released during this reaction inflates the carbon. That's why it has so many pores. This results in a solid snake of carbon pushing itself out of the beaker. Let us watch the reaction.
Well, it's supposed to steam first. You can see some bubbles there. Yeah. Oh, that was quick.
The sulfuric acid removes water from the sugar in a dehydrating reaction. Carbon was left in the beaker and steam and sulfur dioxide vapor was given off.
The reaction has a pungent choking smell due to the sulfurous odor.
This method of separation, where new, simpler substances are formed, is a chemical method.
Coming for the academy.